deliverer. Praise be to God. This is the place God has brought us together. Because in the tent of the Lord, there is deliverance. Bwana apewe sifa. Tell your neighbor we need deliverance. Hello? We need deliverance in this country. Hello? God sent Moses to the Pharaoh. He told him, go tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Hello? We have come here to tell the devil to let our people go. Hello? Hello? He has to surrender today and let our people go. The 50th president of the Republic of Kenya, as I stand here, I got a call at 1 a.m. and it was like, nemamenya no mareta. Wamejua ni nani wanaita kwa mkutano ya kesho. I had to call again. Are you talking to me? Yes, Wairimo from AIPCA Church. You have to go tell the people that God is really waiting for them. And the anointing I got from Muranga Maragwa, I have come here to stand firmly to tell the devil that he must let our people go. Pharaoh told Moses, if you are to go and serve your God, just go with your children. Hello? Wamama wakasema, our children will not go and they will not leave their mothers behind. Bwana apewe sifa. Wamama tuko hapa kuwakilisha this man. He carries the mantle. He has our mantle. He has the Hasra mantle. And this mantle will not leave the same house with the house of Dagon. This mantle will walk with the covenant box. This mantle will be passed to generation. It doesn't matter the altars they have put on. We are silencing them today. And this is the language of God. Hello? The language of God is this. We have been given power to silence every altar. Whether by blood, whether by cash, whether by accident, whether by witchcraft, we are silencing those today. Because we serve a God who sees and hears. Praise be to God. Praise be to God. And before I sit, because I'm happy to see all these people you see here, I've been monitoring them. Our governor, Kabogo, Tano, Tena. My little brother from Muranga, I'm from Kaharo. I'm here to tell you, there is God who sees. There is God who hears. There is God who has seen you through. How many times umeepukana na vifo wakakuwekea usiku Mungu akategua? Because there is a God who sees and there is God who hears. Now I want us to say this. Before I go back there, I want you to open your mouth. Because they have been brought here by the precious heart of God. I want you to say after me. We refute every demonic words that have been spoken to our people. We erase every handwriting that has been written against their destiny. We erase it today through the blood of Jesus Christ. We bring down all the evil altars that has been elected to bring these people down. We refuse. We cancel their assignment, their mandate, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Before I sit, kindly, my ever-faithful president, just come here before I sit. Kindly come. Come. Kindly come. Can you stand up? The battle belongs to God. They do not own any battle. Hawakujileta hapa. Hawakujitoa. Neturaiguithania. Hatire werehire. Nekugerwo. Nakurehwo. Nekugerwo. Nakurehwo. The battle is not theirs. The battle belongs to God. Hello. Bonus. I want to pray. And then I go back to Kamai. I'm heading to Kamai. You know Kamai? In Kahawa West. About you naenda after I'm through with this. Because I know every word that God speaks, it is life. It is life. And you are going far. Dokamake mwana witu. Mahiga twiroragera uria uraikirio. Matire na thina ne foundation yakwa. Ya gwekira kiugo giki hinya. Na kuragwo ne toro. Gekorerera. Kemenya kwe andu aitu. Monetio thina. And as they stand here, akina my governor Kabogo wa maua wa Gwitu, as I pray for them, get the anointing, touch it, and you rock comfortably. It doesn't. Let us pray. Father, in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ, before thy throne we stand, because your gracious hand has brought us all this far. Thank you, Jehovah, for this meeting. It was all about you. It was all about you. Thank you for your presence. We can feel it. We can feel it. This is where heaven is. This is where you brought us together. And as we committed our able brothers and your able hearts, one thing that we know, it has taken your mighty hand to bring them all this far. It has taken your mighty hand to bring them all this far. Thank you, Jehovah, for the journey is not yet. Thank you, Jehovah, because a day and a season like today, we shall have something to remember. We have something to celebrate. Thank you, Jehovah, for what you have done. The battle belongs to you. We refute the name of our faithful president to every other country that orders has been raised to bring him down. Your gracious hand is not short to get hold of it and bring it back and cleanse it with your blood. Gutira makania magogona maria marutetwo. Doka gokerera hinya wamo. Doka gokerera uthamaki wa nduma. The chief spirits and the kings that operate under submarine. Kuria kungikorwo guthietwo na hizo. Igoro rio ndwa ya Ngai. Nitukwenda gugutia. Ukima ukimagera kuo, ukimaruta kuo, ukimarehe gwaku. Thank you, because where we are heading, our next president is your friend. He has taught us about humility. Our next president has taught us about walking with you. He has taught us about being strong. Korotiwe mwathani ukoretwo iguru riake agere kuhoteka. Tigane wa muturite omunyitireirie agianathira. And onto this state, we want to come into agreement with the Kenya Kwanza women that every handwriting has been erased. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Mfarume. Thank you for gracing this event. Thank you for coming with us. Thank you for bringing us all this far. And as we conclude, may your presence goes with them. May your presence be in those ballot papers. May your presence goes with this man to the State House. Come 12th of August, we shall have something to celebrate. This we pray, believing and trusting in your holy name. Mbarikiwe.
Thank you very
much. Kwa majina naitwa Florence Makoha kutoka Cherengani, maeneo ya Kajibora. Kwa hivyo mboga yangu nausia pale Kajibora, na tuko na
tumalizane na wewe leo, tutakuwa tumebeba serikali yetu 50%. Our aim today, women, is to ensure that we are part and parcel of the formation of the government, and that we shall be 50% owners and beneficiaries of this government. Hapo nimenena juu yenu mama. Wakina mama, hi. Your Excellency, because this is your meeting, I want to humbly invite you before the next session, but particularly this session, so that you can welcome the women of Kenya Kwanza to rise our presidential candidate, William Samoei Ruto.
Asanteni sana, tunaweza keti chini. Viongozi wote wenzangu mlio hapa, wamama wa taifa letu la Kenya, hamjambo? Wamama hai. Wamama mambo? Wamama Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Wamama, God is good. And all the time. Asanteni sana. Kwanza, mimi nataka nichukue nafasi hii kwa njia ya kipekee kuwakaribisha wamama kutoka sehemu zote za taifa letu la Kenya. Karibuni sana. Najua ya kwamba wamama walio hapa ni sehemu kidogo ya jeshi kubwa ya wamama wa taifa letu la Kenya, wa Kenya Kwanza. Nachukua nafasi hii kuwaomba msamaha wamama wale wengine wote. Najua kwa simu yangu kuna wamama wengi ambao wangetaka kuwa hapa siku ya leo, lakini kwa sababu haiwezekani kila mmoja wetu afike hapa, nataka niwaombe wale ambao hawajafika mkutano huu wakubali ya kwamba wale wamama wako hapa leo ni representation ama ni waakilishi wa wale mamilioni wa kina mama wa taifa letu la Kenya ambao hawajafika hapa leo. Mimi nataka niwaombe wamama mlio hapa, mukubali ya kwamba nyinyi ni waakilishi sehemu kidogo ya wamama mamilioni ambao wako taifa letu la Kenya, wa Kenya Kwanza. Ni kweli? Mumekubali? Jambo la pili, mkutano huu ni mkutano wa muhimu sana kwa sababu uchaguzi wa tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 2022 ni uchaguzi ambao tutachagua mambo ya uchumi. This election, the 2022 election, is about the economy of the Republic of Kenya and its people. Let me repeat. This election is about the economy. Single subject of the economy. The face of this election, is Mama Mboga. Let me repeat again. The face of this election has been defined by Mama Mboga. The face of this election is a woman. She is called Mama Mboga. Not Mama Moja, Mama Mboga. And I want to say that Kenya Kwanza is the movement, is the coalition, is the place of the Kenyan women. Let me repeat again. This election is about the economy. The face of this election is defined by Mama Mboga, and this election, Kenya Kwanza, is the place for the women of Kenya. The most formidable women leaders in Kenya are in Kenya Kwanza. Let me repeat it again. The most formidable women leaders in the Republic of Kenya are in Kenya Kwanza. Let me ask all the women members of parliament and women senators and women governors who are in this meeting to stand up. Wasimame. Wale wa mama ambao ni wabunge, ambao ni masenators, ambao ni women rep, na wale wengine wote wasimame. Asanteni sana. That is the big team of women leaders of the Republic of Kenya who are representing other women in this meeting. Tafadhali ketini. In our midst, we have MCAs who are women leaders. Can they wasimame wale MCAs wote? Wasimame. Wow. Hawa wote ni wamama. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much. When I say the most formidable women leaders in Kenya are in Kenya Kwanza, there is already testimony kwamba katika bunge linayokuja, bunge la 13, to demonstrate that Kenya Kwanza is the place of women. Even before the election, even before the 9th of August, we already have a woman who has been elected as a woman rep from Kericho County. Huyu mama anaitwa Beatrice Kemei. She is already the unopposed women representative of Kericho County. Wapi nduru ya Beatrice jameni? There are already very clear signs that we will have the most elected women in the next parliament coming from Kenya Kwanza. Tunaelewana? Let me also say the following. I am not a prophet, but I can predict that Kenya Kwanza will produce the most elected women governors in the next government. Let me repeat it again. In the next government, Kenya Kwanza will produce the most elected women governors, setting a record in the Republic of Kenya. Having said that, we have many leaders in our midst, and it is only fair that I introduce them so that they can stand with the women of Kenya. We know very well that these men are actually women champions. In our midst, we have Rigathi Gachagua, our very big captain. In our midst, we have the party leader of ANC, our very able leader, Musalia Mudavadi. In our midst, we have the party leader of Ford Kenya, Moses Masika Wetangula. In our midst, we have the party leader of Chap Chap, Alfred Mutua, the governor of Machakos. In our midst, we have the Speaker of the Senate, the Honorable Makelo Lusaka Kenneth. In our midst, we have the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Honorable Justin Bidan Muturi, also the party leader of the Democratic Party. In our midst, we have the Honorable William Kabogo Getau, the party leader of Tujibebe. In our midst, we have the governor of Kilifi and party leader of PAR, the Honorable Amason Jeffa Kingi. Mutawapigia makofi jameni. In our midst, we have the Iron Lady from Coast Province, Honorable Aisha Katana Dumwa. Mekatilili Wamenza of our times. In our midst, we have the current senator and future governor of Nakuru County, Susan Kihika. In our midst, we have the current nominated member of parliament and future governor of Embu County, Cecily Mbarire. In our midst, we have the current governor and future governor of Kirinyaga County, Anne Mumbi Waiguru. In our midst, we have the current deputy governor and future governor of Kwale County, Mama Fatuma Achani. In our midst, we have the current member of parliament for Kajiado East and a future leader in the Republic of Kenya, Mama Peris Tobiko. Wow, we have very great women here. We have the current women rep of Tana River, Mama Rehema Hassan. We have the current member of parliament for Bomet East, Mama Beatrice Kones. We have the current women rep of Kericho of Bomet County, Joyce Korir. We have the current member of parliament for women rep for Laikipia, the lioness, Mama Kate Waruguru. We have the current senator from Kilifi, Mama Zawadi, Geni Makofi. We have the current women representative from Kajiado County. You know her, she's on a wheelchair, but she's a great, great woman. Geni Makofi. We have the current nominated member of parliament and future MP from Meru, Mama Halima Musheke. We have the current senator, Mama Falhada. We have the current member of parliament for women, member of parliament, a women rep from West Pokot, Mama Tomitom, Geni Makofi. We have the current women rep and future women rep, Mama Haika Mizigi from Taita Taveta. We have Mama Faith, the current and future woman rep from Nyandarua County. We have Mokami Mashinani, member of parliament from Nyeri County. We have Wamaua, member of parliament from Maragua, present and future. We have Mama Jane Kihara, a great woman from Naivasha, member of parliament from Naivasha constituency. We have Mama Charity Kadhambi, all the way from Njoro, current and future member of parliament for Njoro constituency. Is there any other woman here who is elected? Wow. We have Gadoni Wamushomba, the current women rep from Kiambu and future member of parliament for Githunguri. Alice Nganga from Thika Town. the current Deputy Governor of Makueni and future Women Rep. We have Wamuratha from Kiambu. We have the current Deputy Governor from Nandi County and future Deputy Governor as well. We have Mama Chematia Sergon, from a Member of Parliament from East Africa Legislative Assembly and future Women Rep of Baringo County. We have from Laikipia County Women Rep, Geni Makofi. We have Member of Parliament in waiting from Aldai, Mama Keitany. We have many other women. And the great woman from Nairobi County, Mama Bishop Margaret Wanjiru, Senator. We have the Iron Lady from Oranga, Mama Alice Mudhoni Wahome. And we have the women rep from Uasin-Gishu County, Mama Asanteni Sana. Sorry, the other women, I may not be able to mention all of you, but you are all great women. Pongezi Sana. Pongezi. Pongezi. Let us clap for all the women. Wow. And we have Toto. All the way from Bomet County. Now, thank you very much. Let me just say this. We have come here. This is a very special moment, not for the women of Kenya, but for us as a nation, collectively. And we have come here so that we can put pen to paper on the Women Charter. Yeah. On the Women Charter of the Republic of Kenya, and none other than these leaders. And in our midst, we have the leader of the pastoralist community in Kenya, the one and only Aden Bare Duale from northeastern Kenya. And to also witness this occasion is Mama Dorcas Rigathi, the spouse of the deputy captain of our team, the man to be the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. And of course, we have Mama Rachel Ruto, who is in our midst. We also have the Director General, we also have in our midst the Director General of our presidential campaign, the current Governor of Turkana County, the Honorable Josephat Nano. So let me say this. We have come here so that we can change the destiny of our nation by making sure that the single most important issue in the Republic of Kenya, the mainstreaming of half our population, the great women, the shakers and movers of the Republic of Kenya, the women of the Republic of Kenya are mainstreamed into the politics, governance, leadership, business, the economy of the Republic of Kenya. And that is why we have come here. All of us have come here to listen to the women leaders. We have gone through many counties. We are remaining with a few. And while we went through the many economic fora across the country, we listened to the women of Kenya. They told us many things. They told us things about empowerment. They told us things about leadership. They gave us examples of how they want things to change. And today, we have come here so that we can, all the views that we have heard from across the country, listen and finalize what will become the Women Charter of the Republic of Kenya that will be the turning point of what women have been looking for since the advent of independence in the Republic of Kenya. So today marks a turning point in the governance of the Republic of Kenya. Today will be the point where women can sit on equal basis at the decision table with all the other leaders of the Republic of Kenya. And we are going to make it possible. Women will become equal partners, will have equal say, will occupy equal positions in the highest decision-making organ of the Republic of Kenya. It's not a favor, it is not a fadhali, it is the right thing to do. So, as we have come here, we are ready. We want to listen to you, our daughters, our wives, our mothers, the women of Kenya. We have come to listen to you so that together we can shape the future. We can create the future. We can share and make a new destiny for Kenya together as men and women of the Republic of Kenya. So this is an opportunity like no other, and I am a very proud Kenyan today. I am a very proud leader that today we will get rid of tokenism. We will get rid of piecemeal, and we will ensure that women in their millions are right at the table, making the critical decisions together with all the other Kenyans so that we can shape and create a future that has the input of the women of the Republic of Kenya. So, thank you very much. Welcome to this conversation. I am looking forward to it, and all the leaders here are looking forward to that moment. Karibuni sana.
Ruto. Thank you, Your Excellency, for those remarks, welcoming remarks. Your Excellency, we want to hear from one dynamic woman, Jerry Kabeberi. Jerry Kabeberi has been, the work I know her most is that she has been the executive director of Center for Multi-Party Democracy. She has worked with most women who are in the political scene to date. And therefore, Njeri is an expert on governance and democracy, and of course, gender consultant. Karibu Jerry Kabeberi. The floor is yours. Let us give her a big clap. Round of applause.
Kwa majina naitwa Florence Makoha kutoka Cherengani, maeneo ya Kajibora. Kwa hivyo mboka yangu nausia pale Kajibora, na tuko na changamoto nyingi. Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, changamoto ya kwanza tunausia barabara. Leo tunaambiwa toka hapa songa pale. Soko ya Kajibora ilijengwa, lakini ilijengwa ya watu, mawe ya watu 48. Na wao wote wamama ni wengi sana sokoni, zaidi ya 2,000. Sasa sijui mmewakopesha hawa kufanya nini kutupeleka kule ndani, mbato saa hii chaisha. Changamoto la pili, tunanyeshewa na mvua jua ikija na tuchoma. Hiyo pia ni shida. Shida ya tatu, hatuna pesa. Tunachukua pesa sa wale watu wa kando kando anakopesha pesa, unaweka hapo bidhaa vyako, wakati umeuza jioni anakusimamia anataka hiyo pesa zake. Sasa wakati anataka wewe ni kama umemuhusia unampatia, wewe unaenda nyumbani hata bila sukari kwa mkono. Hiyo ni changamoto kubwa sana ambayo tunapitia. Tunaomba serikali ya Kwanza mkishika kasi kweli mtufikirie muone ya kwamba mtufungulie mali hao wamesema hata kama ni cooperative ya mboka, ili tujue tunapewa pesa kuanzia kiasi ambayo kidogo ambayo mama wa mboka ataweza kulipa bila matatizo.
Your Excellency, you can see there's competition of people who really want to pass some word to you. And it's a tall order to speak already after the Deputy President. Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Her Excellency, Madam Rachel Ruto, my former Chair and Speaker of the National Assembly, all honorable members and guests present, Deputy President Mutarajiwa Rigathi Gachagua, I am both humbled and honored to be in this electrifying and extremely bright gathering. They didn't give me a memo on the color code. Your Excellency, I want to start from the beginning. And the beginning is not the beginning of Kenya, but the beginning of mankind as we know it. In Genesis 1:26-30, verses 26 to 30, it's about creation, it's about power, it's about dominion, and more importantly for this occasion, it's about equality. Dominion, man was given dominion over everything God created, except fellow human beings. That is God's law. Specifically, Genesis 1:27, I just quote, "So God created man in his own image, and in the image of God he created him, male and female, he created them." So male and female were both created in God's image. Man's law, for us, man's law is the Constitution of Kenya 2010. It talks about equality, human rights, but also aiming at addressing historical injustices for women. And that's why the 2/3 gender rule was introduced. Women have used resources unnecessarily, Your Excellency, to get the government represented by the three arms of government to put a mechanism for the 2/3 gender rule. I think, Mr. Speaker, you know Many times, even at our age, we have come demonstrating at your offices to demand for a mechanism for this 2/3 gender rule. However, Your Excellency, it has continued to be elusive for Kenyans since 2010. Two former Chief Justices to the level of the Supreme Court have ordered Parliament, maybe the word is not the right one, to put the implementation mechanism or close shop. The women of Kenya have even sought interpretation by the East Africa Court of Appeal, which agreed Parliament was responsible, and Your Excellency, we have a pending bill in Parliament by your very own Gladys Sholei. Your Excellency, the three arms of government are supposed to check on each other so that not only can the Constitution of Kenya be implemented and adhered to, but also that good governance, democracy, and the enjoyment of human rights can be the intentional and total experience of all Kenyans, women included. Article 21, implementation of rights and fundamental freedoms. It is the fundamental duty of the state and every state organ to observe, respect, protect, etc. And Article 27, every person is equal before the law. That's why, Your Excellency, I'm very excited to hear already your preemptive statement that you gave, how your government is not going to ignore women and how your government is going to make sure that women are represented at every sphere of our leadership. Your Excellency, I train on leadership, and I know leadership becomes hard only when people are running away from the law, from the rules, and from the truth. Otherwise, it's easy. Then it becomes an uphill task instead of a downhill task. Your Excellency, these over 10,000 plus women are gathered here on behalf of other Kenyans not represented here, as you rightly noted, to call upon your leadership, if elected, to make leadership a downhill task for yourselves, but also for the Kenya women by simply implementing the Constitution of Kenya. And where necessary, push the enforcement mechanisms. The executive should no longer turn a blind eye, Mr. Speaker, to a rebellious parliament in matters of gender or any other matters of national importance. Your Excellency, your acceptance to sign the Kenya Kwanza Alliance Women's Charter, a contract of delivery on the long-awaited promise for Kenya women, is a bold and welcome move, which we urge you to follow through and change the trajectory of our nation forever and for better. As I finish, Your Excellency, one major equalizer contained in this charter is related to God's gift to women, the honor to carry and bring forth children. Your Excellency, this God-given gift and honor has been used as a curse for women's growth and development. These women are saying in their charter that a major equalizer is to provide work creches in all workplaces so that women are not disadvantaged as a result of the gift and honor God gave them to provide for mankind. Your Excellency, the women of Kenya are demanding that your government boldly supports mechanisms that will fast-track women leadership and women equality in Kenya. Long live Kenya, long live the women of Kenya, long live all the citizens of this country who are all made in God's image and therefore equal in his eyes. Finally, the women of Kenya are saying, recognize me, nitambue. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you. Jerry has set the legal basis for us very nicely. And now, without further ado, I want to invite a lady commonly known as Shiko Waruaka.
Jerry, please, on behalf of all the leaders here, we would want to understand when you say Parliament has been rebellious, and that's why the Supreme Court already ordered that unless the two-third gender rule is passed, Parliament should be dissolved. Is that the case?
Yes, that is the case. You are.
So you are looking at what timeline, for example? What are you looking at? What are you asking us as Kenya Kwanza, as on behalf of the women of Kenya? You're looking at us implementing that two-third gender rule, which is constitutional. Do you have any timelines for us so that we can work with whatever timelines you have?
Your Excellency, timelines passed, the constitutional timelines passed, and the Speaker will agree with me. And 2 parliaments have run out of those timelines, Your Excellency. So they have been illegal parliaments. And therefore we are saying, when your government comes to office, working together, because it's like Parliament was left to work alone and the executive turned a blind eye. Working together with all 3 arms of government, this mechanism can be put in place within 3 months of Parliament sitting.
So you're saying within 3 months we should have a mechanism that, so that within how long will Parliament be gender sensitive? Are you looking at?
Your Excellency, if the mechanism is put in place, then national government provides the resources to make sure that the equalizer in terms of numbers is also put in place. So we do not want a law put in place in 3 months and then wait for another 5 years, Your Excellency. We have waited 10, so we want it now. Kama sio sasa, ni sasa hivi.
Okay, Jerry, on behalf of Kenya Kwanza, let me commit that within 3 months of the Kenya Kwanza government, we will put a mechanism to actualize the two-third gender rule. And immediately make operationalize that mechanism so that women don't have to wait longer to actualize the two-third gender rule. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I think it's like the meeting is over.
Thank you very much. I think Jerry just forgot to say there is a pending bill in Parliament that I put in, the Boss-Cholet bill. So we'll resuscitate it immediately. Thank you, Your Excellency. You've made all the women happy today. And now I would like to call Shiko Waruaka, as she's commonly known. She's a lady who has been involved in the vegetable selling business in Ruaka for the last 12 years. And she will be here to tell us about her own story and what she wants you to do for the women of Kenya. Karibu Shiko.
Maybe before Shiko, can Jerry come back? I think there is something else she said which we didn't conclude. Okay, Jerry, You mentioned about bringing forth life as one issue that women are, women are struggling with, right?
Of being punished.
Of course, you are aware that we already have a program where women give birth and that service is paid for by the government of Kenya using NHIF. We know there are little challenges there which we will sort out. But beyond that, beyond what you have said, apart from the crushes you have said that we must provide, and it's already in our Women Charter, our proposal as Kenya Kwanza is that additionally to NHIF paying for the pre and postnatal care of mothers, we are proposing to be part of the charter, just to answer to what you said, that children born in those circumstances, all our children, mothers will be supplied under the same NHIF program. Mothers will be supplied with diapers for the first for all our children for the first 3 months. As a further enhancement of the NHIF program that is already taking care of costs associated with giving birth. Do you think beyond providing diapers, maybe you can suggest to us what additionally you think can be done to make sure that that whole program of bringing life is made easier for the women of Kenya? Do you think that will help to an extent?
Thank you, Your Excellency. And I'm amazed at some of the offers that are being made for women. Your Excellency, my point on carrying the baby was related to the development of women in their careers. So what happens when women go for maternity leave, Your Excellency, they are passed over. And therefore, you find that for a woman to actually get to the same level as fellow colleagues who are men, it is because they are again, it's that uphill task I'm talking about. But if employers allowed and accepted for women to have safe spaces within workplaces to look after their children, they will not be able to keep going off because a child was called sick, because they have to take off for a week, because there will be a mechanism within the workplace. So, Your Excellency, the point was related to development and growth of a woman in her career and in her leadership. As long as she's being punished for having taken leave for 3 months or 6 months, then she's not going to grow. And this equality you are proposing and we are proposing will take much longer to happen, Your Excellency.
Okay, Jerry, I think we have taken on board what you've said, in terms of making sure that women are not punished for taking maternity leave, and that there is space for them in their place of work to be able to discharge their responsibilities as a mother. But we have also additionally added that the NHIF program will additionally cover diapers for 3 months for all our children. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Excellency, sir, Ma'am Rachel Ruto, and all protocol observed. Nawasalimia Bwana asifiwe. Your Excellency Sir, Mamlecho Luto, and all protocol staff, na wasalimia wote, Bwana asifiwe. I am Shiko Walwaka, na before niongea sana, niko na deni ya Deputy President, yenye nataka tu ya kumshukuru, kwa sababu the time I met him the first day, alinisikiza, na hiyo siku ndio nilijua kweli ile serikali tutakuwa nayo the next haitakuwa na madhalau. Because when I went uko Karen, alinisikiza, nikampea mashida yote ya mama boga, na akanisikiza vizuri sana until that's when he started addressing about the Shylock. So my group is local business market CBO. Ndio akatupatia 1 million ile ya bottom up. So our group was the first, is the pilot group of the bottom up. Na sasa nashukuru kwa sababu tumeanza kufanya kazi na hiyo pesa. Hatukuiweka kwa bakuli kama githeri, tulifanyisha kazi na wamama wamesaidika sana huko kwetu kwa soko. So what we did na hiyo pesa, wamama wanakopa na 3%. So akilipa 300 wanapewa for 3 months, ndio hizo pesa wanalipa. They pay 300 for deposit kwa sababu they don't save, kwa vile economy yetu imekuwa mbaya sana. So what we do, wanalipa 300 shillings deposit, na after 3 months wanalipa 30 bob ama 50 bob per day. So wamekuwa wakisaidika sana, na nilishukuru Mungu sana, na nikashukuru Deputy President, na that time tulikuwa na elections za Kiamba, and I promised him akitufanyia hivyo tutatampatia the first born of Kenya Kwanza, na tulifulfill your promise. And for now I am telling and I'm promising he will be the next president of this country. And after that I want just to give a story. After that nikapata kimbarua gumu sana, na nikarudi shule kuangalia why the Shylocks wamekuwa wakilipisha watu na bigger interest. So when we were talking with them, kwa sababu walinipiga vita sana, they told me it's because the government iliingilia the domestic borrowing. So that's why now wamekuwa wakitulipisha na a very large interest. So hiyo ndio tumekuwa nayo huko mashinani, na naomba the next government ya Kenya Kwanza ikuja. Sisi kama mama boga na wale huwa wanauzia huko kwa barabara, kama kuna watu wako kwa road reserves kama sisi wenye tunauzia huko kwa road reserves, tunaomba tafadhali wale governors watakuja, wasikuja kutufukuza kwa barabara kama hatuna mahali tunaweza pata ya kuuzia. Because in our areas hakuna markets, hatuna soko. Like me niko kwa Loka for now is a cosmopolitan, na watu wamekuwa wengi, watoto wanatoka shule wakuja kutafuta school fees, bado wanatafuta tu kibada mahali tuko ndio wapate kitu. So tunaomba mahali pazuri pa kufanyia kazi, na naomba tu tafadhali muwe mtutafutie mahali kuna soko, because there is no market Kwanza allowed Kiambu. Sisi watu wa Kiambu tuko karibu na Nairobi, lakini vitu zote zikitoka Nyandarua zinapita Kiambu zinakuja Nairobi. So mimi nikitaka nyanya yangu naikujia Nairobi, na nikikujia Nairobi all the profit yenye ningepata ndio nalipa for transport mpaka kwetu. So hata hapo Kiambu we need a receiving market. Vitu zenye zinatoka Kirinyaga tunakuwa na mahali tunaweza chukua, na vitu zenye zinatoka Nyandarua tunakuwa na mahali tunaweza chukulia. Leo sitaongea sana, but I thank you so much.
Thank you, Shiko. Bas, Shiko.
Yes.
Ni kweli yale mambo umesema, ulinieleza wakati ulinitembelea.
Yeah.
Ukanieleza ya kwamba mnakopa pesa.
Yeah.
Kutoka kwa Mashailok. Mkikopa 1,100 zamani, mlikuwa mnalipa pesa ngapi baada ya siku moja ama wiki moja ama?
Tulikuwa tunakopa 1,000, unalipa 1,100 jioni. So ukipewa na 1 week, you will pay 1,700. After that, end of that week, umefunga kibada ama unatafuta Sherlock mwingine unachukua.
So, in actual fact, unasema Shiko, wale mmekuwa mkikopa pesa na 10% per day.
Yeah, that is true, yeah.
Ambaye inakuja karibu 3,600% per year.
Yes.
So serikali ya Kenya Kwanza, na nazungumza kwa niaba ya viongozi wenzangu hapa, tumesema watu wengi kama wewe, wamama mboga wengi kama wewe, na wafanyabiashara wengine wengi wanaofanya biashara ndogo ndogo Kenya, wanaitwa micro and small enterprise, wale wa chini.
Yeah.
Ambao kwa sasa wanakopa pesa kwa riba ya juu sana. So tumesema establish, serikali ya Kenya,
yes,
itatengeneza hazina maalum inayoitwa Hustler Fund.
Thank you very much.
Na hiyo Hustler Fund tutaweka pesa ya serikali shilingi bilioni 50. Na hiyo bilioni 50 tutawapatia wafanyabiashara kama wewe bila interest, without interest, bila hiyo interest ambayo umesema.
Thank you.
Tunaelewana?
Thank you, exactly.
Na kwa sababu tuko na mkutano wa kina mama,
yes,
tumesema
50%
ya hiyo bilioni 50 ya Hustler Fund itatengwa kwa wamama, ama it will be ring-fenced. Let me repeat this. Let me repeat it ndio tuelewane vizuri.
Okay.
Ndio iandikwe vizuri kwa chata. Tumesema hivi. To deal with the challenge of access to credit by close to 10 million Kenyans who are in the micro and small enterprise space. Majority of them women like Njeri. We are setting up a 50 billion shilling Hustler Fund, and 50% of that fund will be ring-fenced for women-owned enterprises like the one of Njeri. Unaelewana Njeri? Ili hiyo bottom up tumesema inaanza na wamama wale wako chini, wale wanakopa pesa ndogo, si ndio? Alafu jambo la pili tunasema, na nataka wamama wa Kenya watusikize, tunasema kama Kenya Kwanza ya kwamba tumekuwa na program ya AGBO, ile inaitwa Access to Government Procurement Opportunities. Wamama wengi na Wakenya wengi wamejaribu kufanya hiyo biashara, lakini wengi wanashindwa kwa sababu hawana pesa ya kutimiza ile kandarasi wamepewa. So tumesema ya kwamba wamama wote ambao watakuwa na LPOs ya AGBO.
Yes.
Wote wataqualify automatically kupatiwa pesa kwa Hustler Fund ili kutimiza the 30% government procurement ambayo imetengwa kwa kina mama, watu walemavu na vijana.
Asante.
So we are saying as the Kenya Kwanza administration,
Yeah.
the now elusive AGBO procurement, we will actualize it by making sure that all entities run by women and young people that qualify under this arrangement will automatically qualify for LPO financing through the Hustler Fund without any further conditions.
Thank you.
Tunaelewana?
Tunaelewana kabisa. Kabisa.
Sawa Njeri?
Shiko.
Very good. Shiko. Njeri ni ule alikuwa wa kwanza. Asante sana Shiko. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency sir, nitarudi tu kidogo.
Sema.
Sasa naomba cause this money, yes, kuna women fund na kuna youth fund, lakini sisi hata kama ni sisi wa mama wenye wako huku chini na those youths, we never get that money kwa sababu hizi pesa zinapitia kwa mikono ile baya. Kwa sababu tukiapply, even if we apply, niliapply mara mingi sana, kama I am the founder of local business community market, na niliapply mara mingi na hizi pesa hatujaipata na hatupatangi because they go in the long hours. Sasa tunaomba tafadhali kwa hii serikali, sijui tutatumia akina nani, lakini hata mkitutumia sisi wenye wako huko chini, sisi kama au mama boga, because in every market kuna committees, hata kama watu wa boda boda kuna chairman wao, na hao watu tunasikizana sisi zote. So hizi pesa zinakuja, lakini naona kama ni za watu wako chini zinaenda na wadosi.
Aya. Kabisa Shiko. Hiyo mambo ndio tumesikia katika mikutano yote ambayo tumezunguka Kenya. Na shida imekuwa ni ile mentality ya trickle down. Yaani watu kuketi kwa maofisi Nairobi wakifikiria kwa niaba ya wale wako huko chini.
Yes.
Ndio sababu tuko na hii mjadala leo.
Yes.
Na ndio sababu tumeongea na wamama wengine wote.
Yes.
Ndio hujasikia mimi nikisema women fund ama youth fund,
yeah,
kwa sababu tunajua hiyo iko na matatizo. So tumesema fund ya Hustler Fund ambayo sasa haitakuwa ni masharti vile tuko na masharti kwa yale funds zingine, na tunaanza na bottom up. Tunaelewana? Hapo bottom up ndio iko solution.
Yeah.
Na hiyo pesa itakuja kwa Ruaka market. Hamutaiendea kwa county, hamutaiendea kwa constituency, itakuja kwa market ya Ruai. Na chairman ya market ndio watakuwa wasimamizi wa hiyo pesa, kwa sababu ndio wanajua ni kina nani wako na CBO, ni kina nani wako na chama, ni kina nani wako na sako, ndio tuweze kuendesha hiyo biashara pamoja. Tunaelewana Shiko?
Kweli.
Sawa sawa?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Asante sana Shiko, that was a moving story. Na nimeambiwa na watu wa Nairobi na wa Murang'a kwamba we have not recognized their MP Ndindi Nyoro. Na pia wameniuliza mbona tujasema the next governor of Nairobi County is in the house. Na nimeambiwa anachunganga wakina mama sana. Ndio tunakupenda. The next presenter ni ni Mama Charity Sukumer kutoka Kajiado County. Nafikiri ni vota wa Peris Tobiko. Hako hapa na atatueleza mashida ya wamama. Shiko vile amesema, what Shiko is saying, Your Excellency, is saying the women of Kenya are saying empower me, nijenge, through economic empowerment. And thank you for that affirmation. Mama kuja.
Mheshimiwa Makamu wa Rais, Rais mtarajiwa wa 5 wa nchi yetu ya Kenya, Mama Rachel Ruto, msaidizi wako ambaye tunamtarajia awe Deputy President Mheshimiwa Gachagua, Mama Dorcas, Mheshimiwa wangu ambaye ni kiongozi wangu Peris Tobiko, na siwezi kumsahau Ndindi Nyoro kwa sababu napendanga nikiwaona wakingangana kwa uongozi. Amjambo wamama hoe. Kwa majina naitwa Charity Sukumer, nimetoka Kitengela, sehemu za Kajiado County. Mimi ni mama wa wafugaji, kwa hivyo naongea kwa niaba ya wamama wafugaji kuhusu mambo ya ardhi. Mheshimiwa Makamu wa Rais, nikisimama hapa mimi nafurahianga sana tukikutana na wewe. Najua ukiniona na msaidizi wako Gachagua na Musalia, mtanikumbuka pale Kajiado County. Nikienda straight to the point, langu ni kuongea kwa niaba ya wamama. Wamama wa wafugaji tumenyanyasika kwa muda mrefu. Kwa sababu ukitoka kwenyu ukaoleke kwa wazazi wako unaambiwa hauna mali. Tena ukiwa kwa mzee bado tu una mali. Na ndio unawakuta mambo ya ardhi imewakera wamama wengi wa wafugaji. Kwa sababu gani? Mzee anaoa wamama 3 hadi 4. Hata wa kitambo ni 5. Lakini bado tu unaambiwa hauna mali kwa hiyo boma. Na ndio unakuta wakati huu mambo ya ardhi imewakera wamama. Kwa sababu mzee atatoka kwa boma akiuza shamba, anaenda kukaa town na town babies. Anabonda ile mali ya ule mama wa kwanza ama wa pili ambayo mama ameng'ang'ana kujitafutia pamoja na watoto wake. Unakuta sasa mama anakuwa maskini pamoja na watoto wake. Kwa sababu mzee akitaka kuuza ardhi hawezi kukaa kwa meza kuongea pamoja na wamama na watoto. Sasa yeye mzee anabonda mali peke yake. Alafu utajikuta mama anaambiwa wewe ni mvivu. Na mama sio uvivu, Mheshimiwa Makamu wa Rais. Mama ni heshima. Wamama wengi wa wafugaji wako na heshima na wananyenyekea. Lakini kwa hiyo unyenyekevu yao na heshima yao ndio pia unawakuta wakiangamia ama wakiumia. Kwa hivyo ombi langu ni hivi. Mimi najua utaingia uongozi. Kwa Mwenyezi Mungu utaingia. Na tunataka sheria itengenezwe iwalinde pia wamama ambao kwa hii mali yao mama awe na sauti kung'ang'ania hii mali yake. Kwa sababu watoto wanapokuwa wakubwa wanarudi kumuuliza mama, hii shamba iliendaje na ulikuwa wapi? Na mama akijaribu kuelezea vile ilifanyika, kuna watoto hawataamini mama anasema ukweli. Kwa sababu wamekuta hawana ardhi, na hapo ndio unakuta familia nyingi wanaanza ugovi kwa sababu ya hiyo. Kwa hiyo machache ndio niwapatie wenzangu wengine waongee, nimefikisha hapo.
Ngoja kidogo mama. So umetueleza ya kwamba property, ardhi na property zingine saa zingine inauzwa.
Ndio.
Je, unajua saa hizi sheria ya Kenya inamlazimu wewe mama kama unataka kuuza lazima umwambie mzee, na mzee kama anataka kuuza lazima akuambie kama mama. Hiyo ndio sheria ya Kenya ya saa hii.
Asante sana. Kwa hiyo sheria bado tu wa mama, hata ukiingia interiors bado wa mama hawana sauti. Kwa sababu mzee atasema atafanya vile anataka kwa sababu mali ni yake. Hakuna ile mimi nilitoka nayo kwetu. Kwa hivyo bado hiyo sheria kuna watu wa bado haijawasaidia. Imewasaidia wachache, lakini 99% bado tu wako kuagiza.
Haya, proposal nikueleze yale tumeandika kwa chata kulingana na mawazo ya wamama wengi ambao tumekusanya. Tumesema ya kwamba kwa sababu sheria iko ya officers wote wa serikali
ndio
ambao watahusika, kwa sababu sasa itakuwa kinyume ya sheria. Officers wote wa serikali, kama ni land transaction, kama ni property transaction, officers wote wa serikali, they will be held, watakuwa responsible. They will be held personally responsible for any transaction that is not in accordance with the law, ili kuprotect watoto na familia ambao wanaangamia wakati mali yao imeuzwa bila ya idhini ya watoto na mama. Sijui kama tunaelewana.
Tunaelewana mheshimiwa.
So tumesema hivi, mbali na umesema kweli kwamba sheria iko, lakini sheria haifuatwi.
Ndio.
So kama Kenya Kwanza tumesema wale ambao kazi yao ni kufuata hiyo sheria, officers wa serikali ambao wanaruhusu ardhi ya familia, ardhi ya watoto, mali ya watoto ikuwe transferred bila ya idhini ya watoto ama mama ama mzee, wale watachukuliwa hatua za kisheria, ili tuhakikisha kwamba hiyo sheria, kwa sababu ishapitishwa, inafuatwa, ili tuhakikisha kwamba wamama na watoto hata na wazee hawateseki mali yao ikiuzwa kinyume ya sheria. Tumekubaliana?
Ndio, tumekubaliana.
And let me explain. We are saying for the women of Kenya, for the men of Kenya, since the law already exists, the enforcement of that law has been weak. We are going to work with Parliament so that we criminalize any activity by any public official that is done to aid any transfer of land or property without the requisite consent of either the man, the wife, or children, or family, so that we can protect families and especially children from being destitute out of sale of their property or land by people behind or in contravention with the law. Tumeelewana mama?
Tumeelewana.
Tumeelewana. Asante sana. Thank you.
La mwisho nikiondoka, Mheshimiwa Makamu wa Rais, ulingiwa ukiwa umechelewa, na naomba baada ya kumaliza hii mkutano ya leo tuwekee wimbo moja tucheze leo kabisa kumshukuru Mungu kwa sababu ya siku ya leo. Asante sana.
Alfred Mutua anataka kuchangia sehemu kidogo pale.
Asante sana. Mama, tumesikia mambo ambayo umetaja, na mnajua kwamba wanawake Kenya ndio wanafanya ile kazi nyingi sana kwa familia, na wanawake Kenya ndio wanapata mateso makubwa sana katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Akina mama Kenya wanateseka sana katika hali ya miradi ya kubeba maji, hali ya kulea watoto, na pia upungufu wa pesa na hela hauwafikii vile inavyopaswa kufika. Mama, tumejua yale mambo unasema ni yale mateso akina mama wanapata na ile discrimination ambaye pia lazima wakuwa wanawakilishwa vizuri ndio mambo ende sawa. Sisi katika Kenya Kwanza tumeamua ya kwamba tunataka wanawake, akina mama, warembo wetu, dada zetu, watoto wetu wakue hapa na sisi kwa mwendo wa maendeleo. Na ndio nasikia Kenya Kwanza na William Ruto anaongea kuhusu pesa. Bottom up is about the economy na kuhusu pesa, si ndio? Na ndio tuweze kuchunga hiyo pesa. Kenya Kwanza na serikali ya William Ruto imeamua kwamba hata cabinet itakuwa 50-50, wanaume 10, wanawake 10. Na hapo ndio itawezesha sasa yale mambo unaongea kuhusu, kutakuwa na watu kwa cabinet ambao wataweza pia kushughulikia, kwa sababu once you take care of the woman, once you take care of the mother, you've taken care of the entire nation. Thank you.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Alfred Mutua.
Asante sana.
Thank you for those presentations. The women are saying, empower me, nijenge. And next we have the testimony under Defend Me, Nitete, done by Beatrice Mochari from Kisii County, but had come to Nairobi to hustle. Karibu Beatrice.
Hamjambo nyinyi wote. Mimi nilikuwa natetea wamama vile nimetoka Kisii mpaka hapa. Ikifika wakati watoto wamefika secondary, mzee anakuchapa, ukienda kuomba school fees anatoroka anaenda. Ukienda kuripoti hakuna chenye unafanyiwa. Mi naomba mtuweke kwa deski ndio tupate usaidizi. Kama mimi saa hivi vile naongea, watoto wangu wako 3 secondary. Mzee alinitoroka, hataki kujua na sina kazi yoyote. Mi sasa kitu yenye naomba mtuweke kwa deski, ukienda kuripoti ndio unasaidiwa. Thank you.
Mama Beatrice, jambo.
Poa.
So unasema tuwaweke kwa desk. Desk, sikuelewa.
Ukienda kuripot hakuna chenye unasaidiwa. Sasa mi naomba wamama wakae huku, ukienda kuripoti nao wanakutetea.
Okay, nimekuelewa sasa. Yaani ulikuwa unasema pale kwa report desk ya polisi
hakuna mwenye anakusikia.
Ukienda kupiga ripoti hakuna mtu anashughulika.
Hakuna mwenye anashughulika na watoto wako nje.
Mama Beatrice, unakumbuka tumeweka desk katika kila police station, karibu police station 2,000. Lakini unasema hiyo police station haisaidii wamama. Ukienda kusema mambo yako, kama ni mwanaume anasikiza, anapuuzilia.
Hakuna chenye unasaidiwa. Wewe unaripoti, unaambiwa tunamkuotia, unaangoja uone mtu.
Okay, so ungependa tuweke wamama
mumama ukienda huku ukiripoti paka ashughulike maisha ya wamama.
Yes.
Ukienda kwa huku ukipata mwanaume hakuna chenye anakusaidia.
Correct. Haya, ni kweli mama, tumekusikia.
Kama mimi saa hii nalia, watoto wako nje na ni watoto wako secondary. Mwanaume ndio huyo ametoroka, haonekani, hata simu hakuna. Alisikia nimemripoti, sasa akatoroka kabisa.
Okay mama. Okay, pole. So wacha niseme hivi, hiyo maneno ya gender violence iko pamoja na ile ya FGM, iko na maneno ya domestic violence, iko na maneno ya house help. Wale wanafanya kazi katika manyumba ya watu hapa Kenya na hata kule ng'ambo. Wengi wao ni kina mama. Na mara nyingi ingawaje kuna sheria ya anti-FGM, kuna sheria ya domestic violence, kuna sheria ya sexual and gender-based violence, lakini unasema hiyo sheria yote haijawasaidia wamama waweze kujimudu ama waweze kushughulikiwa wakati wanapata hiyo mateso. Si ni kweli? Sasa kama Kenya Kwanza tumekubaliana hivi, nataka wamama munisikize. Nataka nikueleze hivi. Tumesema kama Kenya Kwanza tutatengeneza agency maalum ya kina mama yenye itaitwa Women Rights Agency. Na hiyo Women Rights Agency ndio itashughulika sasa na mambo yote yanayohusu mambo ya sexual and gender-based violence, mambo ya anti-FGM, mambo ya domestic workers challenges zile tuko nazo domestically na kule ngambo, na tutahamisha hiyo agency kutoka kwa wizara ya gender tutailete katika ofisi ya rais. And this is what we are saying for the women of Kenya. To take matters women seriously, Kenya Kwanza will create a new women rights agency that is going to ensure that all laws that have been passed on anti-FGM, on gender-based and sexual and gender-based violence, on domestic workers, both locally and internationally, and we are going to elevate the status of the Women Rights Agency from the Ministry of Gender to the presidency. And we are going to make the leader of that agency an unofficial member of the cabinet, so that all decisions will be made at that level. And we are going to make sure that that official will not only sit at the presidency, but will oversee all matters to do with sexual, gender-based, anti-FGM, and domestic workers challenges we have locally and internationally. And we will operationalize that agency so that in every county tutaweka officers wa hiyo agency katika kila county, na itaanza kusimamia hata yale rescue centers ya watu ambao wako na matatizo ya sexually, anti-FGM, maneno in every county. Tunaelewana mama Beatrice? Na sasa itaungana sasa na ile desk ambayo umetueleza ambayo iko katika every police station, to make sure that mama akipiga report kwa police station, kama hatua haitachukuliwa, hii agency itahakikisha ya kwamba yule officer ambaye alirecord anachukuliwa hatua. Umeelewana? Asante sana.
Thank you.
Asante sana Beatrice. The next speakers are joint speakers, Marian Garane and Rispamboro. They will make a presentation on educate me. They are saying, the women of Kenya are saying, educate me, educate them, educate me, nielemishe. And they have the message on that. Come, the two of you together, you know how to share that platform.
Wamama we, Yudae we, and our Deputy President, the guest of honors, and our upcoming President, the 5th, and his Deputy, Mheshimiwa Kachagwa, and our aspirant leaders, starting from the MCA, Governor, Women Rep, Senator, Amjambo. My name is Marina Garane. Mheshimiwa, I'm here to speak about early marriages. Our girls are going through a lot due to early marriages. Yes? Yeah. And Mheshimiwa, kitu muhimu sana, wasichana wetu wanapitia sana. They drop out of the schools because they are getting married under the age of 18 years.
Yeah. The other thing, the main cause could be most of the girls, they come from poor background, which can cause the parents cannot be able to pay their school fees. So I'm requesting the girls to be given, when it comes to bursaries and sponsorship, they should be considered. And the other thing, Mheshimiwa, mama mboga wanapitia sana mali metoka hasa Wajir County due to lack of blackout. Stima huko imekuwa shida na wamama wanapitia sana huko. Hiyo ndio kitu kingine muhimu sana, wamama wanafaa wasaidiwe. The other thing, the money for the youth and the women, they don't get it. Yeah.
Tumpigie makofi tafadhali. Let us appreciate her. Thank you. Your Excellency, William Samoei Ruto, and all protocols observed. I salute you all. I salute you all. Mnasema I salute you back. I salute you all. My name is Riz Pamboro, and Riz Pamboro runs an organization by the name Riz Foundation. She's a motivational speaker in schools. I've gone to more than 400 schools, Your Excellency, countrywide. So I'm able kuambia mashida zote, be it za wazazi, be it za mtoto msichana. Your Excellency, I would wish to start with one, which is a major thing in this country as far as schools are concerned. Period poverty is the major problem or issue in this country. Your Excellency, a humble request, when you get in, because when you see me here, and I am a humanitarian, najua utaangusha bei ya hii kitu. Hii kitu lazima utaangusha bei. Wamama oye! Iangushwe, isiangushwe! Your Excellency, there is no way a girl should miss a class because of sanitary pads. Thank you. Let me continue kindly. So let me do my small speech what I had planned. So, what causes period poverty in Kenya? Period poverty is the lack of access to sanitary products due to financial constraints. This can be caused by a wide range of life events and negatively impacts on a girl or woman's ability to access a sanitary pad. To manage most intimate and regular occurrence in her life. Your Excellency, 65% Kenyan women or girls are unable to afford a sanitary pad. And I'm saying this with my own good experience for mashinani. I'm always there, now and then. Some girls engage in transactional sex in order to afford a sanitary pad. May I give you a very good example? I remember there is a video which had really trended in Turkana that girls will sleep with men so that they can afford 50 shillings to buy a sanitary pad. What if the government which will get in and do something about it? All will be well, all will be solved. When I go there, I also talk about the menstruation periods. And I tell them this, effects on poor sanitary hygiene. Unakutanga, washaanza kupata shida, wanajikuna wanafanya nini? Why? Because of poor quality. Using unclean pads or cheap alternatives can lead to urinary infections. It's not about the causes of pregnancy, no. Also, urinary infections causes this. Fungal infections also. If you don't change your pads, most of them, they can use this sanitary pad for more than 4 hours. Wanawake wenye wako hapa wanafaa kuniambia ama wanajua tunafaa kuvaa hii kitu only for 4 hours only. Lakini unakutanga msichana alivaa asubuhi, amekaa kwa desk, amekaa for example, I went to Bomet. Where you remember the girl who hung herself because of menstruation periods. That girl hanging herself is a spirit of what? Yes? Yes. The reason why she did that, she hung herself, is because of when she saw the blood on her dress, she was shocked. And what led to that? She just hung herself. When I went there, I discussed about this.
Thank you.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mariam, and thank you very much, Rispa. Asante sana. You have basically mentioned about maybe 4 things. To start with what you have ended, Rispa, it is correct. Period poverty is a very big challenge, and it undermines the dignity of women if they have no access to sanitary pads. Let me make it categorical here that Kenya Kwanza will go beyond the free sanitary pads for all our school-going kids. We will work out a mechanism with all our women representatives in Parliament to make sure that every girl in Kenya who requires a sanitary pad has a sanitary pad to use. So beyond what we are doing in schools, we will go beyond what we are doing in schools so that we make sanitary pads available to all the women of our country, especially the vulnerable and those who cannot afford. You have also said something about early pregnancies. We have categorized early pregnancies under the Women's Rights Agency. The Women's Rights Agency will look critically at early pregnancies and work with women who are involved, our children. And we have said, as Kenya Kwanza, we will enforce a comprehensive return to school policy for all our teenage girls and make sure that all our girls who give birth while in school or underage girls, they will not only go back to school, but they will also become automatic beneficiaries of government bursaries so that they can go and make sure that they have their education uninterrupted. We have also said it's the burden of many women to provide food at home. What we will do as Kenya Kwanza to assist many women who today are struggling to feed their children, the Kenya Kwanza administration will double the money under the school feeding program. We are feeding currently about 2 million kids. We will double it to 4 million kids. And we will transfer as conditional grant that money to counties, and we will ask every county to match a shilling for a shilling so that our ECDs and our primary schools will have lunch portions for all our primary school children as part of alleviating the challenge of feeding our children that is mostly on the shoulders of the women of Kenya. Let me repeat for clarity. At the moment, the government of Kenya is feeding close to 2 million kids. It is rather an inefficient mechanism. We will double the resources going to school feeding, and we will transfer those resources to counties and request every county government to match a shilling for a shilling so that we can actually feed 8 million of our kids from ECD to grade 6 in our primary schools with a warm meal every day, so that we can not only improve the growth of our children, especially in ECD, we can also improve school attendance, because food is a major challenge in our schools. And finally, in terms of supporting women, we will ensure that all women who are in Tibet and learning under the STEM sector of our education, all women in that space, all our girls in our TVETs and in the space of STEM will become again automatic beneficiaries of government bursary schemes, so that their education is guaranteed. Mumenielewa? Tumeelewana?
Yes.
Very good. Asante sana. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wamama hoye! Wamama mko? Your Excellency, we have a very special group of women in this country who are very often left aside. Our next speaker is actually deaf, but she's very active in these spaces, and she has a very powerful story that will highlight the issues in terms of healthcare around people with disability, and particularly women with disability. Karibu, Miriam. Welcome.
I want to see her from there. Which one? Your Excellency, the Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto, members of the Kenya Kwanza Coalition, and all the leaders that I have seen here, and all the invited guests, people living with disability. How are you? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Miriam. I am a deaf woman, and I communicate using sign language, the third national language in Kenya. And I can hear with my eyes and use my hands to speak. First of all, I want to say thank you for granting me this opportunity and giving persons with disability an opportunity. I want to say a huge thank you. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for your assistance and the things that you have provided to the persons with disabilities. And also for the assistance that you gave us, the waiver when we were during the nomination for the people who are vying. We appreciate that. We didn't pay anything for all of us. And now that became the first coalition to become accessible to persons with disability and those who are vying in parliament, under MCA positions, and also the Senate. There are people who vied. There are many, but we appreciate that offer. Thank you so much. We all know that today in the World Health Organization statistics, they say 15% of all people are disabled. So the statistics that we have right now, they say in Kenya, we have from the 47 million people that we see here, we only have 7 million persons with disability and who are also voters. So it's a big number for your votes. Women living with disabilities are more. But now we have some little problem. When we did the census in 2019, persons with disability were ranked lower. They were less than 1 million. So my worry was, did the persons with disability die, or these people with disability, people stopped giving birth to persons with disability? How do we even reduce to that? but I think the statistics were wrong. From all that we know, I would want to talk about the issue about concerning persons with disability, and specifically focusing on the health, education, and the poverty eradication for persons with disability. On the issue about health, it's true, I would want to say that the health system is not good and accessible for persons with disability. I'd request you as the 5th president of Kenya, when you take over the office, kindly just assure persons with disability they'll have the access to health facilities, health services, because especially the area on sexual reproductive health, that's where the issue is. Persons with disability, anytime they go to the hospital, they are stuck. Maybe a woman is pregnant, they are on a wheelchair. So when they come to the hospital, maybe the nurse ignore them. Sometimes they don't even care for them. We have always been lost, especially on issues with disability. So many women have died because of lack of this accessibility. On this issue about health and also communication accessibility, you imagine a person who is deaf goes in hospital, the doctor doesn't understand sign language, and the nurse does not understand sign language, and the deaf person is there. They cannot write. How will they communicate? How will they communicate? So I'll just give you an example of my story. A few years ago, I was married. I became pregnant. I went to a hospital. So I just went, and when I came there, I just a normal person. When you see me, you'll see like I'm a normal person. So the person looked at me, and when I went to the doctor, we started interacting with them like, hiya, a deaf person, you are pregnant. Oh Jesus, what happened? Which devil did this to you? I was scared. Did a devil make you pregnant? So I was like so scared. A devil, where from? I married so that I became a devil. Does that mean that I married a devil? But it's because people thought that we cannot get married. The communication challenge is a big issue. Another time, my colleague who we worked together with, 2 years ago, they went to the hospital. The same way, they had the challenge. When we went there, she had a UTI. She had an issue with her reproductive health system. So when we went to the hospital, the doctor misdiagnosed them because of the communication. So when they went and they were trying to, when they were told to go and take that medication, it was wrong. In the afternoon they took, and then they have been taking the medicine in the wrong way because communication was done in the wrong way. So when they went back, they were told they had a problem with the UTI. So when we went back to the hospital with an interpreter, we found out the issue was a different thing, and they had been given the wrong medication. So you see, that can cause a real challenge to persons who are deaf and also persons with disability. On health, for the health workers, I'd propose, maybe they are being trained on how to be accessible to persons with disability. Also, on issues with disability, most people don't have money. They are very poor. Because you see how the NHIF, for example, doesn't care about persons with disabilities' health. So anytime you go, for example, right now, me, a deaf person or a person who is visually impaired, when they go and ask for the services, they're deaf. So the way the disability card is made does not help anything. It's not cheap. Because anytime like I go for assessment, I'm required to have 10,000. Like a child of mine who is there to get a disability card, to go to school, you must go for assessment. Very expensive. You have to pay for that assessment. So maybe you can make it inclusive for NHIF and for the assessment anytime we go for those assessments. And also for therapy, for the wheelchair, there's assistive devices. Maybe make them as accessible for us. I'll go back to the issue of poverty. Let me tell you, it's true. All of us, we are hustlers here. Persons with disabilities are here. They are mama mbogas. We have people who have been selling mitumbas. You know, all of us, we have been doing those businesses. We are hustlers, even as persons with disability. We heard recently what happened. One person said that mitumba are clothes for the dead people. But how? You know, that is what we use ourselves. Because mitumbas are clothes that feed families. We work there as a family. That's how we get our fees. That's how we get we earn our living. So if we eradicate the mitumba business, who is going to take up the burden that we have been having? So it is important for us to watch on that, not to just help us eradicate poverty for persons with disability. How do we do that? Empowering them. I have been seeing you that you have been empowering persons with disability. The clothes that they sell, that will help also eradicate the poverty levels for persons with disability. Maybe giving them the tools of trade. The tools of trade will help us a lot to be self-dependent, like we can start our own businesses, like for salons, giving us the dryers, the shaving machines. That one we can be able to do. Those are the tools of trade that we want you to give us. So right now, with the high cost of living again, most of us here, because we had been having breakfast in the morning, lunch, and also supper, but maybe some of us have not had that breakfast because of the expensive life that you have right now. Or women here, have you all had the three, you haven't been having that challenges? So now I'd want to ask you, Your Excellency, when you take over the office, do something about the cost of food, because it is affecting persons with disability. As we're not getting enough food, it's a big challenge for us. The food security issue will need to be that, lowering the cost of living. All the women agree with me, and also persons with disability, to be specific in this. The other one I'll talk about, education. The previous time, it's okay, carry on. That's my final point. Recently there was that the education tool, and the parents are left with the children. So I'd want to request you, maybe focusing on education for persons with disability and for children with disability, because that situation is not good. Every year we celebrate KCSE, KCPE, but have you ever seen persons with disability being celebrated? What have they done? Have they performed? They have teachers in school who do not understand their mode of communication. A child who is there, they go to teach the teachers how to sign. So I'd want to request you, just for the next government, when you pass, there's the KSL bill that is ongoing in Parliament. Maybe it can be placed as a law so that we can be assisted for the Kenya Sign Language bill to be approved in Parliament and open all opportunities and accessibility for persons with disability and those who are deaf and other persons with disabilities. And then the final most, Your Excellency, they say that you are a thief. I don't know how, you have not denied that. I don't know whether you have all stolen our hearts. That's the reason why they call you a thief. We are here because you have stolen our hearts. And I'm a proud person to say that you have stolen my heart and the heart for the women of Kenya. Continue with the good work. Continue stealing more hearts for women in Kenya to make it accessible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mariam. Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation. I just want to tell you, Mariam, I know you have spoken to many issues to do with people living with disability. I want to tell you that we are working with the leadership of people living with disability. We are actually going to have a separate people living with disability charter as Kenya Kwanza, so that we can work on all the issues you have raised on matters to do with education of people living with disability, access to buildings, access to government services, NHIF, and many of those other things. But specifically, the issues you have said that relate to women, I want to tell you that majority of the people in this space, or matters to do specifically with women, we have said that NHIF, which we are going to transform to Hustler Healthcare. So Hustler Healthcare is going to ensure that, number one, community health workers or community health volunteers who today are doing a lot of work around women around women in vulnerable spaces, around women who need support. We are going to make sure, as Kenya Kwanza government, we are going to enter into a co-sharing agreement with every county so that we pay half the stipend for community health volunteers, and the counties pay half the stipend, so that we can meaningfully benefit from the personnel in the community health space that are already trained and that will support people living with disability as they support women especially. We have also said that of course the entire NHIF program that is currently available to people living with disability, women, orphans, and sometimes there is delay, especially in giving out stipends under the NHIF program. We want to tell the women beneficiaries in this room of the cash transfer program that the Kenya Kwanza administration will change policy so that all stipends paid to people living with disability, to people, to orphans, to the old, the aged in our society, stipends owed to these people will be paid before salaries of public servants is paid. At the moment, sometimes it takes up to 4 or 5 months before people on cash transfer receive their stipends. We will make sure that it is paid for every month upfront before salaries of public servants is paid. And finally, we will make assessment for people who are living with disability free. You will not need any money to be assessed so that you can qualify as a person living with disability. The rest of the issues, Mariam, we will capture when we have a conversation on the charter of people living with disability. Asante sana.
I'd want to thank you, and also for bringing persons with disability on the table, because anytime we are not on the table, then we cannot be included, and we don't know what you might not know our needs for persons with disability, and especially women with disability, nominating them for the MCAs, Senate, and the MP position. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mariam. And I think for the wonderful presentation you have made, I will ask the Kenya Kwanza Secretary General to find a place for the nomination of Mariam, so that she can prosecute matters to do with women and people living with disability in one of our assemblies.
Tumeona mkono wake Bwana.